All right, welcome back.
Hello.
Another episode, Beauty Beats and Balance.
Yes.
As you can see, we are back in our original set, back at the house.
Quarantine.
Oh, yeah.
If y'all hear Buster snoring in the background, that's because he's right next to me.
Yeah, his lazy ass don't do nothing.
He's fine. If the kids come out, sorry. Because you know the kids at the house with us.
Yeah. I'm sure your kids probably at the house with you too.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, we're glad to be here. Of course, a lot of stuff is going on, coronavirus, all of that. But we are, we all in this together, getting through it. We're not gonna let it stop the show. We're doing the podcast today, and so we
ain't got no choice, y'all. We at the house.
Yeah.
It's like we don't have an excuse to not do this podcast.
Right.
And it gave me a reason to put on makeup and do my hair.
Mm-hmm.
I wand curled my natural hair today.
Looks good.
You like it?
That's a good point you just made. Like, really, you don't have an excuse not to do anything that you've been wanting to do. Like, if you like, man, if I just had a little time off from work, I could do this, or I could write these songs, or I could do this, or I could start on this, or I could start
exercising. Start this new business.
Right. You got all the time, more time than you can imagine.
If you are non-essential.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And real heartfelt salute and thank you to all the essential people that are having to go to work and keep things in order for the non-essential type people.
Appreciate you. Yeah. People in the hospitals.
Right.
And
right.
The people in the restaurants.
Right. And
the grocery stores.
Yeah. And thoughts and prayers to anybody. First of all, dealing with any type of illness or sickness from the virus, but also anybody who your income has been just cut off completely. I know we entrepreneurs, business owners, we're dealing with it.
Business owners.
So our business was deemed non-essential, and I can understand that. And it's a financial hit, but
we have to look at the positive.
Right.
We are definitely grateful that we have our family here.
Yes.
All of us are here healthy. We hadn't killed each other. Yeah.
That's it.
But I am grateful to be with my family because everybody's not as fortunate.
Yeah, like some folks even stuck overseas or out the country.
But with that being said, I mean, we gotta still make time for ourselves. I know one thing. They shut the gyms down, but that was my time to have to myself. Was at the gym, but as soon as it got warm, I ran out there.
And that was the crazy part. Like, so the first full week, it was rainy, it was cold. It was like really doom and gloom outside. You couldn't even get no sunshine or just fresh air. But as soon as it warmed up, people were out and people kind of moving around. I've been riding the bikes with the girls.
And I've been running with the girls. I actually took the girls out and we ran to Gabe's house. But I always think about this song from Vivian Green, Roller Coaster, and she say, I ran my 3 miles to clear my mind. And I said, I need to do 3 miles. Running to Gabe's house is 2 miles.
Okay.
So I found out that if I run from here to Mom's house, to your mom's house, which is my mom, that's 3 miles for me, baby.
Okay.
There and back.
There you go.
So I've been running my 3 miles to clear my mind because, woo!
Yeah, well, it helps for sure just to be out, to be, away from, I ain't gonna say away from family, but just kind of get away from.
Kind of clear your mind.
Clear your mind, right, and get some peace, get some self time, some solitude. To get your thoughts and everything in order. So,
because I'm definitely blessed in my praise and worship in my ear as I jog.
Oh yeah, so we've been holding it down, and even with like we had to do. I went and got like the old Super Nintendo game system. And we tried to play, and I'm thinking that thing like that 30 years old.
Oh my gosh, you had to go buy some controllers.
Right, I had to go buy some new controllers just because the ones my brother had, they were all janky. And so we were doing that, and it's old, so it's clicking and popping and skipping.
I couldn't play just because of the clicking noise.
Well, after about 2 hours, you don't even hear the clicking no more. So we were doing that, and so that was something that we were doing. That was the distraction right there from one of the little ones right there. Yeah. All right. So anyway, so speaking about them, so of course with them being at home, we're all cramped up together. But spring break was last week.
Yeah.
So this week was back to school week.
Yeah.
And so of course, the principal here. This is the principal because I have a quick story. So I think we got suspended and got detention yesterday because I was a substitute teacher. And when the principal came back,
after my run,
the kids were at recess, and it's like what? Like it's supposed to be math time, and they at recess and playing Nintendo, playing Wii, and I'm in the back stressed out across the bed, asleep. So I think I got fired the other day. Yes, I won't be the substitute teacher anymore.
Yes, he is.
The principal.
He just knows next time if I'm gone, he knows the schedule. The kids need to get up, get their schoolwork done, get it out the way, so he can be done.
I got in trouble.
It is. Because it's already frustrating because our school decided to send out their own work packet, and we're sitting there working off the first work packet from the schools, from the general school system. And they're like, nah, we ain't doing that. And so it's just been. And
then on top of that, like we were talking about, like the math, just talking about the math that these kids are doing these days. Teachers,
go ahead.
I would say teachers, I don't understand what the hell the way y'all are teaching it these days. I'm just joking because I know it all makes sense to y'all, but just from a parental standpoint.
We had to pull out the whole homework for parents book.
Right. Because it's
trying to figure out.
Right, because it's confusing because the way we were taught 30 years ago is much different than the way they're being taught these days. And so there is it's a sense of relearning for us as well, trying to not.
I ain't even trying to. I'm like Walton.
Right, and trying to not get frustrated because we don't know it. We're trying to teach them. So that's a little bit of what I'm sure all the parents have been going through. If you're not,
yes.
Come on, Fruit, take care of your kid now.
But Honest Teacher was so sweet, and Honest Teacher's going to do this as well. But they had a little
that was so cool.
Yesterday,
that was cool.
They were all together, and it was just
that was real cool.
How the students
it was really sweet to kind of see all.
If y'all follow me on IG, you would have saw the story. But and then I'm so busy trying to post the story, it's turning like whoever that is, turn it in.
What were you doing?
I was trying to post the story of them on the Zoom, but I didn't have the volume off, so she could hear the video on top of the kids trying to do that same work. I'm so busy trying to post. I know.
I'm sorry, Miss Turner.
I'm sorry.
Okay. And other parents.
I'm trying to show you off, but I'm sorry. But so in the meantime, though, we are definitely we're trying to be school teachers at the house. Yeah. We're trying to be parents. We're trying to be
good members of society. We're trying to be self-quarantined. We're trying to stay in. If I don't know, you can see I haven't shaved in like more than a week. It's kind of like it's being lazy, but it's also kind of like an experiment.
I can't never tell when he'll shave. You look the same, man.
But no,
I'm just saying.
No, but I'm really trying to see how how it grows a little bit. Yeah.
But I've had braids most of the time. So to let my hair down and style my hair today it's refreshing.
Yeah. So I mentioned the principal here been taking care of us. She's also been the resident physician, nurse, and so she's making sure everybody is up on their vitamins and their
drinking their echinacea tea.
Right, keeping their immune health up. That's important.
We have whole piles of vitamins every morning. We have our elderberry, our vitamin C, our echinacea, our multivitamins.
Yeah, we loading up.
We on probiotics. Kids got some probiotics. Ashwagandha. I need to Google all this. I mean, it's good. And then, of course, I'm taking my allergy pills and nasal spray.
Yeah, because with the warm weather, of course, it was
it's like you don't know if you got the corona or sinus infection.
Because it was a coating of pollen on everything just that quick. And we were riding the bikes, and I mean, my eyes were itching, and my arm kind of irritated.
I'm just taking my chances. Folks cutting their grass down, I'm like, forget it. I'm just going to take my nasal spray when I get home because, that's about to try to take us down. But I battle it on the daily. And Walter don't want me to get my baby nasal spray. I'm like, whatever, she gonna get it. She needs it.
Anyway, so we've been doing all of that, got that going on. We're trying to stay sane. We also want to keep doing what we're doing, get the podcast out to you guys. So this is why we're here today doing that.
Yes.
And I'm sure. So speaking between the couples, it's different. You just realize how much you kind of coming and going all the time. We got this saying we always say we like two ships passing in the night because she.
And that works for us, apparently.
I guess it does, right? Because you know when I'm coming in, she's on the way out, vice versa, night and day. Like our schedule just kind of passes. But with us all being here right now, there's so much time that you're spending with your significant other or people in your house or whatever. And you know, I'm sure some people are probably getting frustrated. And
now, one thing I know for sure, if you wasn't sure if you liked your spouse,
oh yeah.
Oh, you know now.
Yeah, you found out for sure. And if they didn't like you, you probably found out in the past week or so, because just having to be in the house with each other and forced to deal with each other.
Forced to, yeah.
Yeah. If you don't get along or you don't have a genuine love or liking for somebody.
And it's crazy because they even was pointing out, that it's dangerous for some women that are in abusive relationships and children that are abusive.
That's true.
Parents that true. You can't really protect them right now because they have to be at home with these people. That's the darker side of it all, but that's something they definitely was addressing. Yeah. But on the lighter side, you will know if you can stand your mate for 24 hours. Right. Because going off to work, you get a break.
Right, you do. And so on a serious note, check on your people because even people that you normally see or communicate with, if you can't see them right now, call and check on them, whatever.
Yeah, because the devil's still busy. Mm-hmm. I hate to say that because it's still frustrations are high. And
right.
People's things are going on.
Yeah, so even to that point, so I was outside today, and it's a couple across the street, an older white couple, and we rarely say anything to each other, but I saw them outside today, and I can kind of hear their conversation, and the lady. She's sitting outside. She probably been sitting in the garage for like.
I went out running.
And really for like the last 2 or 3 days, she's been sitting out there in the garage just chilling. And so you know how it is. You want to get out sometimes, get some fresh air. But her husband or whoever is living with her,
which I didn't even know he lived.
Evidently, he got mad. I heard him like cussing like, "Yes, it's always outside. Why you always outside?" And so. Evidently, she's sitting outside to get some peace and away from you, and he like, yeah, why you outside? So I'm sure that's going on all over the world right now. And,
but I saw him sitting out there with her, so he was like, well, I might as well join and sit outside.
Oh yeah, because the thing is, it's not gonna do any good to get mad and frustrated or like that right now because you right back.
You gotta give each other space. Like me and Walter even set up shop. Like we used to work in the same area, but now he set up shop in a whole nother room.
Yes.
And I'm like, are you going to your room? Because I need you to go to your room. Exactly. I'm like, yesterday I didn't want to talk on the phone because I just wanted some time for me to talk in peace.
Oh yeah.
And it's just you have to give each other that space because
you have to find your space. You have to make your space sometimes too.
Yes.
I think that's
important. Just respect the fact that this is a frustrating time. I'm sure the last podcast you probably listened to, we were talking a little lighter about this corona thing, but shoot, it sure came down.
Yeah, as we gather more information and hear more things about it, it's just
things have evolved.
Right. And we still don't know what's coming. Like even with this podcast, I think we're not trying to take it, not take it seriously or make light of it, but we're just trying to keep some sense of normalcy as we all go through this and deal with it. Because we talked about, Memphis had the shutdown of non-essential businesses.
And they just shut us down.
Of course, because we beauty, beats, and balance, so it's a studio and a salon. Non-essential, right. So both of those businesses have been temporarily closed. I almost did a session this morning, just because it was booked and we kind of on the deadline. But I woke up this morning and I texted the guy. I was like, man, I just don't feel comfortable doing it yet, and what we're doing, it can wait. Let's get through this process and make sure everything is cool.
Because we are both in a position. Well, I know I'm in a position where I can definitely go to my salon and do hair, But I feel like with all this going on, I want to at least do my part to not spread it right now because I am right up on someone and I don't want to bring it home to my family. And I know some people are saying, you're taking it too seriously, but then some people also saying you're not taking it serious enough. Mm-hmm. So it's like, what can you do?
Right. And I think that's the hard part about it is, we still don't have all the information, all the facts. We just all kind of going through this, blindly, almost together and blindly. And it's like, I would rather be on the safe side, but I know some people like up the safe side because I got to get, who gonna pay these bills?
Right.
You know, and I can understand that because even though, you know, the other gig is still, you know, good, but it's like I'm depending on some of my other money for other stuff. So it's like we still, you know, kind of biting that bullet as well.
I'm about to make a call as soon as we get done just to see about these bills. You know, you got to call your creditors and see just how they're helping you out, and it's a lot.
Yeah. So some of the stuff we've been doing, you know, with being a salon and a studio owner is, you know, for myself, you know, I'm grateful that I've really taken the time over the past couple of years to just really get comfortable and fluid working off of my laptop, whether that's recording, you know, mixing, producing, anything like that, writing, anything. Like I can do what I need to do off my laptop, so I don't have to be necessarily in a studio environment. You know what I'm saying? So I've been able to do that, and I'm still holding that down, doing mixes. If you need some mix, send it to me for sure. A little plug right there. But that's what I've been doing with the salon side.
I mean, with the salon side, of course, I'm fortunate enough to have an online store, and I'm grateful for my clients still purchasing hair. That really helps me out.
How do you get to the store?
AllisonPerson.com.
Okay.
But yes, it's you know, I'm grateful. Like this morning, I woke up with an order. And you know, with the times we're in now, I'm like, I will take it to you. If you close enough, I'm coming to you. So
we're gonna slide that thing out the window though.
Yeah,
with
we
some
slid out the window
tweezers,
and then sanitized and kept it going. You know, but yeah, I mean, I'm fortunate enough and grateful enough that I do have an online business, and that is bringing in some money. Also, I do make units, wig units. And so I still have that business going. So that's definitely a blessing. And my clients have really stepped up and offered to pay me while I'm off. And
salute to you. You know who you
are. You know, my clients are my family, and they love me like I love them, and they know that this is hurting me and my business. So, you know, shout out to my clients and my customers. You know, I love y'all. I mean, you see who step up and, you know, how God works when times like this. You know, times like this, and they tell you can't work. You know, I mean, God just shows up and shows out. You know, every time.
And I think even in this situation again, it's like it's just really forcing people to kind of lean on, you know, your faith or you know, whatever you believe in or whatever you go to for strength and encouragement. This is such a time.
This is definitely the time.
Yeah, and again, you know, it's part of the plan anyway, because we get so wrapped up in all the other stuff that don't mean anything. It's like, okay, let's reel it back in. Let's refocus. Let's resettle.
And hopefully this will get you closer to God or your spiritual leader. You know what I mean? Because I know for me, it's forcing me to stop and meditate, really center myself and pray. You know, because we have things going on in our lives. You know, and it's like there's so many things going on. You know, you should be forced to just sit there. Right. And take that time to center yourself and pray and just get guidance, because it's so much misinformation. It's so much information coming at you.
Right. And that's the thing about
not to do it.
You know, social media will wear you out. Just the news period will wear you out. And so it's like, but you wanna peek at it. You wanna be informed. You wanna be informed, but then you get bombarded with so much bullshit. It's like, come on, like so that's when it's like, okay, let me just go to the one source that I know that's true, you know what I'm saying, that I know I can just really put my trust and faith in and rely on, and, you know, kind of weave through all the other stuff that's thrown at
you. Yeah. But, so, you know, just continue to be grateful and thankful.
So during this time while we're quarantined, you know, we was talking about social media. There's been a lot of social media trends and different things happening. Challenges, right? I know somebody. I get like a different challenge.
Oh my God.
I got one. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do your challenge, bro. I promise. I'm gonna do it.
Which one?
He knows. I'm gonna do it. Don't worry about it. He knows.
I know one thing I ain't doing. I ain't doing no darn push-ups. I ain't doing no darn TikToks, and I ain't doing no darn what's the other one? It was push-ups, and then it was burpees. 10 burpees. No.
Oh, you ain't doing nothing. That's all that's happening.
No.
We are gonna start next. She don't know next week. We hitting it hard 5 days a week. We going.
To do what?
We got, you know, the little thing we got printed out in the garage that we did like 2 times. Then we didn't do it no more. We're gonna hit that again.
Did I not say I'm running 3 miles a day?
I'm riding 3 miles a day. I'm riding 5 miles a day. But we still gonna do that little workout with the push-ups and the burpees and all that stuff.
Burpees are the devil.
Yeah, that's good for you though. So anyway, yeah. So some of the other things that happened. You had my man D Nice.
Yes.
With the world, what was that? The world DJ party.
The quarantine party.
Oh yeah.
He called it something. It's a name for it. But we joined in.
Mm-hmm. And he had Michelle Obama and DJ. Did he give
I ain't
you a
gonna lie,
shout
y'all.
out?
He shouted me out. I don't know if y'all caught it. But he was like, I see y'all in person. Okay. Yeah, he shouted me out. He said it a little low, but he said
okay.
I don't know if y'all caught that. Memphis, he did shout out somebody from Memphis.
I ain't heard that.
Yeah, he was outside.
I believe you though.
I'm telling you, he did. I appreciate you.
But that was cool. And then I think Questlove came in on the tail end, and you know that was cool.
It was good. But one thing I love about that is that I love the fact that you feel like you're involved with this you know, movement, and you touching the people, and it's live. You know, I love that about this you know, thing we got going on with social media.
And because it's that's the beauty of, you know, when everybody stop, you know, hating on everybody and doing all the silly and stupid stuff. It's like there's some really good moments when it really can bring us all together.
It did.
That was cool.
A lot of people showed their dancing to D Nice, and it was cool.
Mm-hmm. And so of course then we had the other one with
Erykah Badu.
Yeah, that was real cool. Yeah, so
Erykah Badu said that she was gonna have a live concert for $1.
$1.
Which D Nice, he didn't charge, but I know people cash out him. They kept posting the cash out, but Erykah actually set up an account where you had to pay $1.
Yeah.
And of course, we paid our $1.
Yeah, that was a little date night for us.
Yes. And she started at midnight, but I did not mind. I stayed up.
And she ain't in until about 3 o'clock.
3 in the morning. She gave you a 3-hour show for $1.
Yeah, that was weird though. And you know, even like I was standing there over her shoulder for like an hour. Then I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit down for a minute. And then I thought it was over. She went to the back. I thought she was going to sleep.
I got tired.
I'm still up, you know, up here watching TV, and I was like, well, let me go lay down. And it was still going on, so I ended up we laid in the bed for another 30, 45 minutes and caught the end of it.
Because what she was doing is that you picked a song
right. That was cool. Yeah.
Which I really wanted to hear. Green Eyes. Was it Green Eyes? No. It was one song that she didn't. Yayo lost, I think. And so you got to choose which song you wanted, but the highest one won, and you could vote. And I was still like, but I was still
now after a while, at one point, she was out of there,
for a second, but I went back up. I went to the
that was a good idea and a good concept, and I think more and more people, and just being in this time is gonna force people to be more creative, come up with more ways to do things online, social media,
and ways to make money.
Right, so that's like I'm sure that's gonna keep that's probably gonna start like a new trend and kind of you see people are really doing that, and it's that easy. Like you can put up a camera, give people your cash out, or it is charge $1, and you give the people your talents. You know what I'm saying?
She had to know at least 7,900 people that had logged in before it even got started. Wow. But once it went live, you couldn't see how many people. But I just appreciate Erykah for that because she was able to pay her band. Yeah. You know, with them canceling these shows. Right.
Yeah. Just think about it. It's the summertime. Like so many artists, like we were talking in the studio last week. It's like so many artists were gearing up for really big tours and shows and
music fests.
All of this stuff has been postponed and canceled. And so even to that point, you know, talking about here in Memphis, you know, the Beale Street Music Festival has been. I just saw something that just got pushed to October 16th through the 18th. So it is happening.
My birthday.
I know, right? So I'm gonna hit Pepper. I need the VIP package. For my wife, we're gonna hang out with you over the weekend. So I'm gonna hit you up, Pepper. We need that VIP package. But I'm glad that's happening. They were able to postpone that and get that going. But it's so many other things that are kind of up in the air. I mean, you know, for us, NFL. NBA is up in the air right now. We don't know if LeBron gonna come back and get this championship. You know, we don't know. I don't know. We don't know.
I thought they were supposed to play without fans. Oh, but the NBA players.
We just don't know. We just don't know yet. And so, but the NFL said y'all ain't messing with our money. We rolling. We starting regular schedules.
Really? Yeah. When they supposed to start?
So they ready to start like training camps like soon. You got like spring, you know, training.
Really?
Yeah. So they can ready to start trying to crank it up. And you know, they got the draft coming up. So the NFL is like, y'all not gonna mess up our money. We rolling. But yes, that's been postponed. Some other things been postponed. So I'm sure there'll be some other announcements about different events. Because like April, you got African April, you got the Wings Fest, you got what is this? Crawfish, just all those different things.
All the things we love.
Yep. I think they're gonna shut down Tom Lee Park. It's just a side note. I heard that people were down there really kind of hanging out.
They should.
This past weekend.
I mean, I just feel like just stay put for just a week or
so. Even Halley Stadium, they had to shut down Halley Stadium last week because they said people were up there just, and I'm sure, I get it, if you're a trainer or, you want to just go exercise, but you got to think, I'm sure what happened is so many people out and, people just started coming up there, and so it just becomes more and more congested, and it's kind of, not even doing what we're supposed to be doing is social distance.
Yeah, and what makes me nervous is when I think about New Orleans. New Orleans had these groups of people that really weren't taking the corona serious. But I did read an article that the governor was not told to take it seriously because she would have canceled everything she did. But it's like, because you're not taking it seriously, you have these pockets of people, these groups of people, and it's like all they do is get it, and then they just take it out to the masses. And so it's like, that's questioning my moves here in the city. You're like, what should I do? Because it's like, if y'all acting careless, then I'm with masks and gloves on every time I walk out the house. Right. And speaking of that, Walter been going out most of the time, and I've been telling him to wear gloves and masks, and he does. But I had to get some sewing supplies for my units, and I decided to go to Walmart. And if y'all know about the Walmart on Winchester, wow. First of all, there's too many darn cars in the driveway. In the parking lot, when I pulled up, I said, Lord, these people are not taking it seriously. So then, of course, I got my mask and gloves on. I go in. These people just, like it ain't nothing going on. No masks, children with them, groups of people together. The whole family's at Walmart. I'm like, okay. I'm in the chicken now because Walter wanted some wings. He wanted to cook. It's a whole fight with Chip Al. A whole fight. 2 girls. And I'm like, really? She bloody. I asked the Walmart guy, I said, y'all don't call security. This is why the fight's going on. I said, y'all don't call security when there's a fight? Oh, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Okay. So let me make sure my mask is on nice and tight. And Walter called Walter. He said, go, keep it moving. I said, I did. And then I went on about my way. Then when I'm leaving out of the Walmart, I'm just seeing groups of people come in. Like it's just a normal spring day. And then this guy pulled up to me trying to give me a CD out his car. Talking about this gospel. I'm like, but then I heard him tell another dude it ain't gospel. He's trying to get these CDs out. And I'm like, dude, we are dealing with a pandemic right now. And you're trying to hand me a CD out of your car. I don't even know you, dude. You just want me to take it from you and put it into my space? I mean, it's just...
I mean, people, it's again, we might look up and it's all, we look back and like it was all, it wasn't even that serious. It wasn't as big of a threat as they made it out to be. But at this point, we don't know. And so it's easier to just take some precautions.
Take some precautions.
Just take some precautions.
I mean, I just don't want to be one of the people that we did take precautions and it was serious. Because I know in our area, a lot of people aren't being tested.
Yeah, so you just gotta be mindful of that, and it's not all about you. You could be making it harmful or uncomfortable for somebody else or whatever. So just kind of keep those things in mind, and just it's only a little bit of time. Just like I said, just kind of hunker down and let's get through this, flatten the curve, as they say.
I remember last episode I was talking about how they act like it's just people just laying in the streets, dead, and I did say that last episode, but what's making me a little nervous now is that sorry. Oh, the joys of recording home still, but so when you see the news coverage of New York, and California, but if you see New York, you got people standing outside the hospital with masks on trying to get in. You got a whole cooler trailer outside to put the bodies because they don't have. I mean, it's getting a little scary.
Yeah, I mean, just uncertainty. Not knowing it can be a little scary.
Now, I don't think something like that could happen here in our area because there's not a lot of people there. Because New York got people just stacked on top of each other. So I get it, but it still is not good for your sense of mind, peace of mind when you see that image. Right. So when I see that, I'm like, okay. Maybe somebody's in the street now, so let me just go ahead and take some precautions because I don't want that to happen here.
Right.
Right. So.
Yeah, and again, we all going through it. We all dealing with it. I don't think anybody has the right answer right now, but
yeah. But we just ask that you do your part. I mean, we're doing our part. I'm not working, and I'm one of those people that if I don't work, I don't get paid. So we're sacrificing. So I just feel like don't look at this as a vacation. Look at this as a way to try to contain the virus so it won't get bad. And so we can get out the house. Right. Shoot. Right. It's like be spring and summer. We want to get out the house. We want to go to brunch. We want to go out back to the parks. We want to go to music festivals. We want to do stuff again. So let's just take this time, like a couple of weeks, to just sit down. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm done.
All right. All right, so lastly, we talked about some of the things that have been happening. So, of course, everybody watching Netflix and all the streaming services and catching up on all the stuff. And, I came across, I was listening to the radio and they were talking about this series called The Tiger King. Anybody that's seen it, I know you just laughed out loud right now because that shit is crazy. But it's so entertaining. You got to go and watch it because it's cool though. It's not like bad. It's just crazy and it's a guy. I don't want to give nothing away, but a guy. It's big cats and these people they have these big cats. So tigers, lions, leopards, jaguars, all of this, and they breed them illegally. Pretty much, and they sell them. And they have like petting zoos, so they have like a little tiger. You can have a birthday party. They get good money off of this stuff. And so a guy, he had like a little zoo down in, I think it's in Florida. It's Joe. Joe Exotic is his name. But now without giving it up, he's locked up right now. It's a tale and twist of murder, mystery, wrongdoing. Yeah, like it's a lot going into it. On top of him being, he's a singer. He's a singer. He's a gay polygamist.
What?
I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's a murder mystery.
Who got murdered?
One of the ladies, his rival, they think she murdered her husband and fed him to the cats. Like it's crazy. He was a millionaire, so she got all the money.
Wow.
Yeah. See, you in there now. So, but just watch it, and it's just entertaining. Really, it's just.
Well, one thing I noticed that one thing that's booming is definitely Netflix and all these streaming services because people are watching TV.
I still watch The Office. Can y'all see that? That's a mug.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah. That's Prison Mike right there.
Yeah. I know I've been watching things like the new show I watch is The 20s by Lena Waithe on BET. Okay. It's really nice.
Hey, that look good with the little previews look good.
It's good. It's a good show. Now, one thing I did watch that I was kind of disappointed in, I guess I have to mention it because it was a thing on Facebook. It was a big thing on Facebook with me and a couple other people, was the Madam C.J. Walker inspired series on Hulu. Was it Hulu? No, Netflix. It was called Self-Made. And y'all, I saw that and I was just highly annoyed and disappointed in the whole film because it's my industry, it's my field, it's my love. I was just very distraught about the fact that they lied throughout the whole film. And it's like, instead of you even mentioning her, it was so bad to me that I feel like it should have just been called Self-Made, inspired by a true story. Like, don't even mention her because it was so many, I hate to say lies, but it was so many lies and so many sensationalized things and things added and taken out. It was just, it was a disjustice to her legacy. And another lady's legacy. That was her mentor that started this whole thing, which is Annie. But anyway, I'm not gonna get all that deep into it, but just know that if you watch this series, know that it is not true whatsoever. Maybe some things in this film was, true, but a lot of the people that were involved they were all just lies. And I just feel like we deserve better than that. And somebody made a point that the movie Harriet wasn't all the way true. It was sensationalized for TV. I just feel like that's not right. Like, if we can't tell our stories truthfully, then why tell them?
Well, because we probably not the ones telling it.
No, we were the ones telling it with this one.
I mean,
but, and Harriet. I think Harriet had.
I mean, but the thing about anything made for, and I haven't seen it, and I'm not trying to disagree with you just for the sake of disagreeing.
Well, let me stop you before you make that point. So, which was crazy was that somebody tried to argue the fact that, Octavia and LeBron was behind the Madam C.J. Walker film. So what do you feel about that? I'm like, just because black people was behind this does not mean it was right.
Right. So, I mean, black people were behind the Michael Jackson thing that they said right. I mean, people. Anytime something is done for TV or film or whatever, they're gonna add stuff to it to make it more entertaining for TV.
Yeah, but to me it was just too much. Like, hardly any of it was true. I mean, it made Madam C.J. Walker to me look like a man-bashing, self-hating, weak woman.
Well, I hear what you're saying, but just for the sake of the argument, like anytime somebody does something like that, it's gonna be their opinion or their side. And it's gonna be things that they leave out, and it's gonna be things that they include.
I don't even think Madam C.J. Walker would have been happy with this film.
I'm saying it's been a lot of movies about a lot of people
yeah.
that they might not have been happy about.
No,
it's just a part of that entertainment vibe with it. So.
But it was just disappointing. It's disappointing to see networks like Essence put it out there, and then you have all these thousands of comments. Oh, it was so inspiring, and I'm gonna show my children, because they're not gonna go and do the research. They're gonna look at this film as true.
I got you.
And that's what's kind of disheartening to me. It's like, you just gonna put the ignorance and the lies out there, and people gonna say, "Oh, this is what really happened." So
it happens all the time.
Moving on.
Okay. Well, anything else you gonna watch? Anything else you want to tell the people to watch?
20s. Of course, I watched This Is Us and many little things. And of course, I watch Housewives of Atlanta. It's always my go-to. I don't care what nobody say. I love me some Nene. And I don't know. I'm trying to find stuff to watch. I don't really watch a lot of TV.
Yeah. I don't either. Somebody sent me something I watched the other day. It's called The Platform. It's kind of crazy, kind of weird, but you might like it. The Platform on Netflix. Just check it out.
Oh, you gotta watch the show Dave.
Yeah, I gotta check what do.
I did watch Dave. Now I'm waiting on a new episode to come on, but that's pretty interesting.
Little Dicky, right? Ain't that Little Dicky?
I think so. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's something you need to watch, and you need to go ahead and watch Atlanta. You have time.
I don't have time.
But you got time to watch Tiger Kings.
Yeah.
You got time to watch Atlanta.
I don't know why I just can't.
I don't know, because it is good. All the stuff he needs to watch, he don't watch.
I don't know. Anyway. All right. Well, I think that's all we got.
Well, y'all continue to love on each other.
Yes.
This time is like, even me and Walter, we are on the edge sometimes because of what's going on, and and that's natural.
Right, it can be frustrating and uncertain and tense. Right.
But just try to be understanding with each other,
right.
And try to love on each other, whatever your love language is, and like you said before, check on your people, and gives you the opportunity to reach out, and love on your folks from afar.
Yeah. You just take the time to be better, make yourself better. Whatever you've been wanting to do, you have the time to do it.
And again, try to meditate. And if you don't know how to meditate, just sit there and listen to soothing spa music and just sit there and breathe for 10 minutes and see how good you feel after that.
Okay.
Light some candles. I might start making candles again. We got time. We got time. Shoot. But all right, y'all. We ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer. We appreciate you joining us again for another episode of Beauty Beats and Balance.
Yeah.
Check us out on all our social media.
All the social media. Send us a question, follow, subscribe, tell somebody.
We may not post a whole lot on social media, but one thing we will do, we're gonna get these podcasts out to y'all. But all right, as always, we are just sending you love and light. And until next time.